The biggest thing that we were talking about last week was Canada's protest. So we had a lot of discussion on Facebook about that. Of course, that's one of the great places to do it is on Facebook, where drivers can get their message out. It's funny to me, when I first got on Facebook, I mean, Facebook had been out for like 5 years or whatever. That's when I first got on there. And I'm thinking, I'll just try this out. I think it'll be good. Ain't nobody else on it that I know for sure. No, it was amazing. Truckers, 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 truckers. It was one of the things where truckers could get together and unite and talk and communicate with each other. You're in the truck by yourself, and one of the great things is you were reaching out to other truck drivers. You're like, hey man, I remember meeting you. Yeah, we worked at the same carrier together. We went to the same truck driving school, or we bought a truck, or we got our truck worked on at the same shop, or remember that time when it snowed and we got shut down there in Lima, Ohio over there? Remember that? Yeah, okay, I know you. Yeah, cool. And next thing you know, groups and Facebook pages and all kinds of stuff started up, and it was amazing. It was amazing to me. So what happened was is Canada had this big protest because they were it started with the mask mandates and the vaccine mandates and all that stuff, and they're just tired of it. One of the biggest rules that Canada has is that in order to cross the border, you got to be vaccinated. So I think that's what it was. I'm not real sure, but the Canada rule was that if you were a Canadian driver and you crossed in the United States, to come back you had to be vaccinated. And of course, it's not that way in the United States. I think you just have to have a test or something done or whatever. But the Canada said you had to be vaccinated, and so truckers had enough, and they said no, we ain't doing that. And so we started a little thing over here. We didn't, Redneckanize didn't, but other truck drivers started a little trend over here to try to get the same kind of patriotism going. And I think they formed a deal where it's a convoy to DC. It was a Facebook page group, something like that. And I think it was a group. And then they were trying to raise money or trying to get together to try to set up a convoy, and they were going to go from California all the way to Washington D.C. Well, Facebook took that down, and they said it went against their it was just an extremist deal and all that. So I thought that was really weird. And everybody thought it was weird. Of course they covered it. The news covered it. Fox News covered it. A couple other Blaze Network, they covered it. So I don't know what's happening since then, because that was Friday when all that was like a day old or whatever. So anybody else has any information like that on that, give me a holler, and we'll talk about it. But I didn't find nothing else out. Let's see. I can pull up like Google or something and see if they did anything. Sometimes I just kind of Google the trucking industry and see what news is on there. And the top story is in CNN. CNN says crowds of demonstrators join rallies across Canada as COVID-19 truckers protest spreads. And this was updated today. Get out of there. What are you doing? All right, just so y'all know, and I think y'all agree, when they put these ads that pop up and block everything, where you can't see anything until you respond to the ad, that's got to go. Get out of here with that. And well, let's see. This is on we got this. Looks like a video. Let's see what's going on here. Might be something where we. Yeah, see, that's a video, an advertisement. We'll wait till that goes through. But yeah, CNN covered it, and it's updated on today at 2:30 p.m. This story updated, so we'll see what happens here. Here we go. Nope, didn't do it. Here we go. Oh, suffering. Yeah, see? Yeah. There you go. So CNN is actually The victim is the people that are like, oh, I got to sit here and listen to all these horns. Oh, I don't like it. No, see, look, yep, yep. Oh man, but okay, there's video. There's okay, so there's plenty of video. I see all. I see video. CNN has video right here. I'm looking at it. Okay, they say that there's hate speech and there are hate symbols, and I have not seen one bit. If you've got proof of it, show it. But you don't. You don't have proof of that. Battling COVID. Mm, mm. That's something right there. I tell you what, that is something else. I mean, that's proof right there. I mean, didn't see anything. And I mean, if they're being blocked, like I said, if people are being blocked from getting to the hospital, show it. Show it. But that's not true because you don't have any evidence of people being blocked or being prevented from doing their jobs. If the police are prevented from, traveling down the road or up the road or whatever, show it. But you don't. You can't because there's no proof at all of that being done. So good job there, CNN. No wonder your guy had to step down because he was stooping the help. You know. So yeah, that's another thing right there. Just flat out lying. Don't even have any evidence. I mean, like I said, of course, I don't know if you're lying or not, but you ain't shown no proof. You know. So I can't help you. I don't know what to say with that. But we got other things here doing. Let's see what else. BBC Freedom Convoy. Ottawa declares emergency over trucker COVID rules protest. Ottawa mayor declares state of emergency to deal with trucking blockade. Fox News says Canadian trucker on America's newsroom, we're not giving in until mandates are gone. And there you go. I mean, and what's so funny? These guys, okay, these aren't millionaires. These aren't people that they don't have a lot of savings in their banks. If they're willing to do that for that long a time, that's amazing to me. Because how long will it go? I mean, we know, everybody knows that the government and the politicians and all those people, they're all getting paid, and then they can wait it out because they're still making their paychecks. They're still able to do what they want to do, so they'll let it go on. The only people that'll give in, looks like, are the citizens that live there because they don't want to hear the horn sounds all through the night. CNN says that they're restricted from doing things. It's kind of like what is that? What happened in Seattle there when they took over that city and they said this area here the police aren't welcome and this is a different we're an autonomous zone. That's what they said it feels like. So I thought that was good. I thought we were allowed to do that. I guess we're not. I don't know. There was people getting robbed and shot and everything at that place in Seattle. So they say that there's violence, assaults. Okay, show it. If somebody gets arrested, I'm sure you can get that on camera. Somebody getting arrested? No, nobody in handcuffs. Anybody with like a black eye or a bloody nose? No, didn't have anything like that on there. Oh crap, can't show it. Got any proof of people with hate speech or any kind of like profanity or anything? Oh, don't have any of that. No. Okay, what are you gonna do, right?
Let's go. Convoy up there in Canada. Boy, they're getting it done up there.
Man, oh man,
they're raising hell up there.
So did you hear me when I talked about it? I pulled up CNN, did a report. And they did that today. So it got published today. They did a report. CNN did. Now, CNN says that there are threats of violence, people being assaulted, and there are racial slurs and signs that have racial, the threats on there. And they said that the hospital workers that are around the corner are being prevented from getting to their job. And the police chief had to come out and say if anybody is blocking the path of any hospital, ambulance, or what else do they call it? The police or fire. If anybody's blocking that, they'll be dealt with. Those severely dealt with and all that. And then I'm watching the video and I'm like, okay, show the video. Show me the evidence that this is happening. And there's nothing. No pictures or video of anybody being beaten up or had been beaten up. There's no signs or any kind of people yelling out any kind of racist or racial problems or anything like that. There's nothing happening. The only people that seem to be upset, severely upset, are the residents, the people that live in that downtown Ottawa area, because you guys are blowing these horns too loud. I'm suffering. Leave me alone. Go away.
All right. All right, go get Trudeau's ass out there then and turn him over, and then we'll see where we go. Then we'll get out of here. When we get what we want, you'll get what you want.
Well, I mean,
Simple as that.
well, I mean, what I said
And
is that
as far as the violence and everything, the police chief and them come right out the other day up there in Ottawa and had a press conference and said that was the most peaceful protest that he'd ever seen. There is none. There will be none. They're not interfering in it. They're letting them go because people have the right to a peaceful protest.
You know,
that's the way it is.
I remember hearing
the military.
That was not in the CNN report. That the
right. And
video
he was
of that.
To get the military to come in there.
Yeah.
And the military said no. There's no reason. They got no reason to come in there. There's no reason to come in there.
Right. Yep.
So now they're getting ready to do the same thing down here, which I like their idea. I do, and we know the ones that's get ready to do it. That's kicking it off, and that's all good. They're good people, but I don't know. They're not going to do it until March 1st. I mean, I'm sure they got good reasons for doing it March 1st, but I just think that, in my opinion, they're dragging their feet. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll be right there with them. They want to do it. I'll be right there with them.
What I heard
I think they're dragging their feet. They should be doing it right now. While Canada's doing it, we should be going down to D.C. right now.
Well, they said that
both countries at the same time.
They said Facebook took down the Facebook page or the group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it don't fit their narrative. Well, yeah, they don't want it. They don't want it out. Well, it don't matter because they're starting another group.
They did.
They started another group. What is it? The People's Convoy.
The People's Convoy, yeah.
The People's Convoy 2022. Go to the People's Convoy. Mike Landis, Brian Brass is the leader of it, and then Michael Landis is in there.
I don't remember Jeremy's last name.
And
here we go. Yep.
But
Trish might know.
I'm thinking, yeah, Trish might know. So said, but my opinion is, I'm looking. I don't know. Tiff and I talked about it a little bit last night.
Just the People's Convoy.
Yes, just the People's Convoy. That's the name of it. The People's Convoy.
The People's Convoy.
No, People's Convoy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
People's Convoy. I'm sending him an invite right now.
He's sending you an invite right now. Tiff and I was talking about it. If they want to play their games down at the truck show, that starts the 20. They're thinking about starting that March 1st.
That is the date they've already set.
That's the date that they've already set to leave California, and they're going to start marching across the states, across the United States, and everybody's just going to fall in with them as they come by. And we have seriously thought about, again, people down there, they're fuel, whatever that they're going to do, they haven't had hard enough. Well, food, we're going to have food. Now, if they can't get enough food, why not go down and help? A lot of these charity groups don't want to do that. You want to do something? Get into that.
There you go. I like
that. Go down there and provide some free food for them.
Yep, it's the
what better way to get your name out there too? Get in with the deal. Let them be seen.
Yep, it's the People's Convoy. It's a public Facebook group, and
right.
They got a cool little logo on there. It's a circle logo, and it's got American, but it's Amera with the American, and then it's got Canadian, the CAN, and it's American, and I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, let's get it. So what time did they say it was going to start? Like when? What day was it?
It's supposed to be starting, as what I've heard, is March 1st.
Okay.
They're going to start rolling out of California on March 1st.
They're going to do a press conference with all the updates of everything.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a press conference with updates on everything. So watch Fox News, because they've been on Fox News the other night. A couple different times. So just watch that, follow them, and they're going to put stuff out, information out as it starts. And it's not just, it's for the mandates, the vaccine mandates, it's the school, the or what they're doing with the kids, everything. I mean, everything. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not to do with just the truckers. The way we're being treated too. We can't go across the border unless you're vaccinated. They can't come down here. It's nonsense. There's no proof on it, and that's what they're fighting.
There you go.
They're fighting for a cause. So it's. What they're mad about is it's going to take money out of Big Pharma's pocket. It's going to take money out of Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. Kamala's, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. But yeah, just follow them. But that's what's going on. And I thought, take it into the show. What better way to do it? Get everybody together and go down there and start that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take the pick up the trailer, set the roasters up, throw a bunch of food together, go down there and start fixing our chili and sloppy joes and stuff, and start.
They'd appreciate it
down there. Yeah, at least to be doing something for somebody that will actually appreciate what you're doing.
Yep.
But yeah, anyhow, that's that website. So I've been following them because I'm thinking, nothing else, all else fails, may go on to bigger and better things. I'm gonna go down there and get into that. At least we can put our flags, our banners, our signs, everything on and go ride.
There you go.
The truck, hook it to the trailer, throw her stuff in there, hook it to that pickup, ride, cowboy ride. Go right on along with the rest of them.
There you go. I like
One
that.
of them deals. If you don't participate, you ain't got a room to bitch.
Mm.
You
No,
know, they say if you don't vote, don't bitch.
That's right.
You know, if you don't go the way you want. So
That's right.
it is what it is there. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it was unfortunate that they started it March 1st, which, like I said, that's their deal, and I'm behind them all the way on whatever they decide. But I feel like they're dragging their feet. I think it should have been done a lot quicker, but I'm not the only one that feels like that, but I understand. But I first heard, somebody was saying, which I don't know, it wasn't them, but somebody said, they got to apply for permits and everything. No, you don't need a permit when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Canada didn't get a permit. They just rode their ass up in there.
That's right.
Farm tractors. Now there's people with cars and pickup trucks. And now they had people from, I forget where it was, Calgary, Alberta, somewhere. Now they're in their own horseback, man. They got people riding in their own horses.
Man. And that's something.
I mean, hundreds of them coming in there on horseback.
Yeah. And that's
and Trudeau said, yeah. Trudeau said just a small fringe minority. Yeah, okay. I'm just curious to see what Biden says when they all come in there. Come on, Joe. Let's go to the basement for some ice cream.
No, I was going to say, he's going to say, what, he's going to be sitting there and he's like, it sure is louder here than the past couple of days. What's going on out there? And he's like, oh, I love that. Look at that. Yeah, he's probably going to be standing out there in the lawn, pulling his hand, saying, hey, honk that horn. Woohoo. Let's go, Brandon. Woohoo.
Let's go, Brandon. I don't know.
That's what they said. Joe Biden come out there and said, please, people, stop that. He actually thinks his name is Brandon.
Yeah. That's funny. They showed that one on Facebook yesterday. He done that, whatever it was, press conference or whatever he did. Anyhow, she goes up there and grabbed him by the hand, let him like a little 2-year-old, let him on stage so he wouldn't fall.
Yeah,
you see that?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that ain't coherent, son of a. Never mind. I gotta keep a family oriented here. What a piece of work.
Man.
What a piece of work.
Oh, it's something.
I'm going to think I'm starting me a GoFundMe because they're all going to be after me before it's over with.
Yeah, we're on here now. We're going to start raising money for Greg's defense fund.
Yep. So I'm going to have to,
Yep.
Whatever.
That's fun stuff. Fun stuff.
What they call it? We'll have to go into what they call that?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about. You'll think of it. It'll come to you.
Yeah, it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Yep. Like Joe, I'm a little slow sometimes.
A little slow.
Witness protection. That's what I have to do.
Oh, yeah. Witness protection. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's only if you flip on somebody. So you might have to go tell on your other truck driver buddies up there, You got to give something to get something.
I flip, but it's always the wrong way.
I know, right? Oh, man.
I don't know.